Okay. Hello, how are you? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you are watching. I am your son and daughter, or daughters, Baker's science teacher this year. This is how we look in the school this year when we are not teaching, and this is how I look. Hello, I'm Mr. Cottingham, Jim Cottingham. I have been a Dobbs Ferry school teacher here for 22 years. This is my 22nd year. 18, beginning my 18th in the high school. And then, as I like to say, I was Mr. Isaacson before Mr. Isaacson, 4 years as middle school, eighth grade teacher. I've been teaching, or this is um, my 14th year starting as IB biology teacher. So well experienced, taught many of your sons and daughters out there, taught some of your kids when they were in ninth grade as well. And I also, you can see me on a TOK video later on. All right, but this is about biology. All right, so let's take a quick run through of the course this year, basically the same kind of spiel I would be doing if you were sitting in front of me right now with the PowerPoint. All right, so IB biology is period 1, 2, period 7, 8. Gratefully, both IBs have double period on the same day, and that is Monday and Thursday this year. Monday and Thursday double period, with singles being on Tuesday, Friday. And so Monday, and so 1-2 would go from 8:12 to 9:30, the afternoon 12:19 to 1:38. So on a double period day, we get about an hour and 15 minutes of good usable time, which is the minimum of what I need. All right, so let's take a look at our course. Our course. This is an elective course, and by elective, it means it's not a requirement for New York State in order for your son or daughter to graduate. Uh, it may be required for the diploma, but it is an elective course. This is the standard level, not the HL. Standard level carries a 40-hour lab requirement. Right now, I don't know what time will tell, but right now, I plan on giving a midterm in January 2021, but we'll have to see what it looks like in January. And the IB exam is scheduled at this point from IB for May 19th. Only one day this year. I think most IB exams are going to be one day this year. Um, it used to be, or it will be in every other year, a 2-day, 3-part exam. This year is a 2-part, 1-day exam. So it's about a 2.5-hour, 3-hour long exam split into 2 tests, and that is on May 19th. I believe May 19th is a Wednesday. And we'll see what happens with that date as far as that's concerned. But right now, that is what is scheduled. How does our course look this year? All right. Now in IB split has their course. There are 6 core topics. Yes, I know you see 8 up here because I split the course into 8 topics, and from 8 topics I generate 12 tests. We just finished a short topic for an IB, topic 1, evolution. If you're watching this, we finished the classroom portion of it on the 22nd of September. Kids are doing a little work on it. We're going to start topic 2, biochem 1, tomorrow, which would be the 24th of September if you're looking at this video, with our first test being scheduled for next Wednesday, September 30th. All right, there you can see all the other topics in order. The hardest topics of the year are, of course, in any biology course, biochemistry 2 and 4. Topic 7 is pretty tricky because it's long. All right, and what I say to the kids is biochem topic 2, and especially the biochemical molecules, has threads throughout the course. So these are not standalone. Evolution and ecology are pretty much standalone topics, pretty much. But topics 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all intertwine with each other. And there are intertwinings, of course, with evolution and some of the others. So how is the course different this year because of COVID-19? Well, that is the option. I didn't take this out because it'll be back next year. But the course has eliminated the option work or the extended work. We were allowed to pick options for extended coursework, and mine usually revolved around physiology. But since it's out this year, it's one of the amendments to the course from IB. All right, what is some of the other amendments? We'll get that on the lab page coming up. All right, so there's my mission statement. My mission statement, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, revolves around both teaching your kids and holding them to college level readiness responsibilities. Now, they really are that forced on them now this year, being at home, meaning they've got to really take care of their own schedule. I'll remind them about things, but they really need and they are stepping up like they did last year. So basically, modeling college methods and doing the way they would be taught next year. You know, a lot of lecturing, firsthand teaching, uh, backing that up with lab experience, and then with assessment, all right? And preparing them for the demands of college as well. Which, if this year doesn't prepare them, nothing will, and it is, and they're doing great so far. All right, let's take a look at our lab. Our lab is different this year by virtue of COVID-19. In school lab is basically being put on the back burner for college labs for most part for two reasons. Number one, the time frame. It's very hard to get a college level lab done in 38 minutes. In fact, we can't get it done, and splitting it up doesn't say we're not going to have in-class experience, but only those that we can get done because the content is so heavy and the weighting on the content for the IB test is 80% versus 20% lab for their IB score. I'll show you that in a couple seconds. That's where both IB Chem and IB Biology um, figures. So as you can see, their Group 4 project, that's another amendment. So IB has gotten rid of that this year. There will be no Group 4 project between chemistry and physics. For those of you who had chemistry last year, that was the fun project that we did with the second grade. It was really fun, but unfortunately that's gone by the board this year, but not the lab hours. Another thing that we'll have to do virtually this year if we do it would be a trip. We can't go in person. And one thing that really doesn't translate well to the online world is a dissection. So my hope is that we're back in the building by April so they can do their dissection. But we will see that because, for instance, a dissection is a 3-person lab group, and I could never let the kids get that close in a lab setting. Most of our labs this year will be done through simulation. We've ordered 2 simulated lab sites, one called Gizmos that the entirety of the high school is using per level, and another just for IB that is called Pivot Interactives. And we're going to start next week with the lab, or later this week. And again, I'm talking to you in the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th week in September. All right. So, again, the lab assessment, which is called the internal assessment, remember they still need to do what we call the IA. The IA has not been dropped, but there are amendments to the IA by IB, such as they discourage hands-on labs. Okay, so they will not have availability in the school this year to do a hands-on lab. Doesn't mean they can't do one if they can do it at home, but obviously we can't send out anything dangerous to your homes. IB is strongly encouraging the use of simulation to do an IA, or what is called a database IA. Hasn't really been explained to the kids yet, but for instance, simulation is what it is. A database is data that's already been collected that they manipulate. And so that is what IB Chem and Bio this year are going with, and physics in the physics world, though we don't have that this year. All right, so you do see hands-on labs in the back because I'm not taking a lot of things out, but that is where we're going with the IA and with the classroom assessments this year. All right, as far as my T period is concerned, we'll have an awful lot of time this year for your kids to come in if they need to see me. All right, BD day virtually. In fact, anytime virtually during the day. They don't need to be in person if they don't feel comfortable or they're just not having a good day. Wednesday and 2:20 to 3:10 on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday. All right, you know my email. I'm going to go out to my classroom page because you are for just a second here. So back up to this, over to the classroom. All right, so this is what the classroom page looks like, even though this is period 1 for both classes, looks basically exactly the same. Set up with the textbook, online textbook. Here for each topic has their own slice of a textbook out. each unit, the IB lab, which we've begun to, so you can see your gizmos and the pivot interactives. The IA we have touched on but not gone in depth, and I'm going to go here to the fall outline. All right, a class syllabus will be included with the email of this video, so just make sure you've taken a look at the grading by IB. Again, 80-20, that's the IB grade of 1 to 7. My own particular grade here is right there. As long as we are out in the virtual world, it'll be 40, 30, 20, 10. All right, testing, lab work, diagram notebook, participation. And if we are back in school at the beginning of that quarter, 65, 35. One word about testing, which is called the external assessment by IB. I will be giving tests in school this year, okay, starting next Wednesday. On Wednesdays, your kids will, tomorrow on the 24th, have all of the dates for all of the tests, and we will be giving our tests in the commons or in the gym, so this way I can have the entire class in at once. I aim actually to have the entire class in at once, both class periods, because the commons we can spread out and fit, I think, about 65 people in, and I have 40 IB students. But for right now, I'm going to split them for the first test, 20 at a time, but that will be in school on Wednesday, Flex Day, and your kids will know all of the times. But in other words, testing in school, lab work will be done outside. The diagram notebook will be collected in school, and participation. If you want to know what participation stands for this year, because I don't normally include it because it's a gimme that an IB student participates, but we will give that 10% virtual, and as you can see, it is there. Attendance during class, presence during class too. All right, what is the presence during class? On time, camera on 100% of the time. I don't teach to an icon. Okay, we do have accommodations made. If you have sketchy internet, then the gym is available for good internet. But we don't want drop signals, back on, so forth and so on, as much as we can for this class. This is not the class where, unlike TOK, where you can really figure it out on your own, that you can figure this out on your own. And of course, late work. So plenty of time will be given for assignments. Assignments need to be given on time. That is showing me the participation. You can read the rest on your own. This will be emailed to you as well. Please, if you wish to, I'm going to move this over here. If you wish to, have your kids bring you onto their classroom page so you can see the other documents having to do with IB, all right, as well. So at that point, I will go back to the meet. I will end this screencast and wish us all a great year. Again, remember, my first 2.5 weeks with your kids, the online experience has done well. I am teaching your kids exactly how I would teach them in the classroom. Okay, they are getting total one-on-one, literally, one box education, like they would if they were sitting in front of me. And if you have a chance, join in one day. Sit in the background one day. I invite you. You are welcome to any class that I have. All right, you know me. I'm here for you. I'm here for your kids. Let's have a great year, as great a year as we possibly can in this situation. I wish you all health and well-being. I will see you soon.